China. The once bustling streets of Beijing were now empty and desolate. The sky was a sickly shade of gray, a constant reminder of the nuclear apocalypse that had ravaged the world. The buildings that once stood tall and proud were now reduced to rubble. The Chinese government had long since collapsed, leaving the citizens to fend for themselves. Many had resorted to living in the underground tunnels and bunkers that had been built during the Cold War. Those who were lucky enough to find shelter in these places huddled together, trying to survive the harsh conditions. Food was scarce and clean water was almost non-existent. The air was thick with radiation, causing many to suffer from illnesses and mutations. The Chinese people were resilient, however, and they refused to give up. They scavenged what they could from the ruins of their cities, and formed small communities, banding together to protect each other. Some even attempted to grow crops in the contaminated soil, hoping that it would provide sustenance. But it was a dangerous and uncertain life, and many did not survive. United Kingdom. London, the once bustling capital of the United Kingdom, was now a ghost town. The streets were littered with debris, and the once iconic landmarks were now nothing but ruins. The Queen and the royal family had long since evacuated to a secret bunker, leaving the citizens to face the aftermath of the nuclear apocalypse. The British government had collapsed, and chaos had ensued. Riots and looting were rampant as people fought for whatever resources they could find. The few who were lucky enough to have access to clean water and food hoarded it, becoming the rulers of the new world. But amidst the chaos, there were also acts of kindness and bravery. Many citizens banded together to form communities and help each other survive. The British spirit of resilience and determination shone through, even in the darkest of times. And while the United Kingdom may have fallen, its people refused to be defeated. Russia. The once mighty and powerful nation of Russia was now a shadow of its former self. The once majestic cities of Moscow and St. Petersburg were now reduced to rubble and ash. The Kremlin, once the seat of power, was now a mere memory. The Russian government had collapsed, leaving the citizens to fend for themselves. The harsh, frozen landscape of Russia had become even more unforgiving after the nuclear apocalypse. The harsh winters were now even colder, and the limited resources were quickly running out. Many turned to violence and crime to survive, while others retreated to the underground bunkers that had been built during the Cold War. But despite the bleakness of their situation, the Russian people refused to give up. They were a resilient and proud people, and they fought tooth and nail to survive. Some even ventured out into the wasteland, scavenging for resources and trying to rebuild their once great nation. USA. The United States, once a superpower, was now a shattered and broken country. The once bustling cities of New York and Los Angeles were now nothing but ruins. The White House, the symbol of American democracy, had been reduced to rubble. The government had collapsed, leaving the citizens to fend for themselves. The people of the United States were facing a new reality, one where survival was the only thing that mattered. Gangs and factions had formed, each vying for control and power. The streets were dangerous, and the constant threat of violence loomed over the survivors. But amidst the chaos, there were also glimmers of hope. The American people were resourceful and resilient, and they refused to let their country fall. They banded together, forming communities and working together to rebuild what they had lost. And while the road ahead was long and difficult, the American spirit of perseverance and determination burned bright. Yea, the end. Oh right, yeah, I have to do this stuff now. Like, comment and subscribe. And please watch my other videos and comment ideas on stories.